Well, hello and welcome back to the Combank Arena in Belgrade and our ongoing coverage of the Women's European Handball coverage. My name's Paul Bray. Thanks for joining us for this crucial Group 1 match between France and the host Serbia. It's the penultimate match in the main round, and a win or a draw will see Serbia exceed all expectations and join Norway in the semi-final. And the crowd expect here, and who would have believed it, but Serbia-France is the game of the day, because Serbia remain in control of their own fate. They only need a point here to book their place in the semi-final, and who would have believed that a week ago? Well, earlier today, Sweden beat the Czech Republic 35-26. They move up, but neither team can make the semi-final. If France win, though, that Norway-Denmark match coming up next will become the decider. This is how it looks. Norway already qualified. No one can catch them at the top with 8 points. Serbia are in control of their fate with 5. Sweden will be overtaken anyway, but they cannot get their fourth to the semi-final place. But France, a win would mean that they would have to then hope that Norway at least draw their match later on. They're the referees then from Belarus. It's Andrei Gushko on the left and Sirea Repkin on the right with the longer hair. An experienced pairing for what will be a difficult match to referee here in this cauldron of an atmosphere in the Combank Arena. But Serbia, importantly, remain in control of their own fate, and that's the important thing. But before we get anywhere, we start with the national anthems, and Serbia first. Well, two very passionate anthems, and the French coach Olivier Krumholtz before this match said that his French players are really, really up for this. And in fact, no less than 5 of the Serbian national team play their club handball in France. Quite a few teammates on opposite sides here for this crucial game in Group 1, the penultimate game in the main round. Well, let's have a look then at the lineup for Serbia. Well, they need a big game from star playmaker Lekic, who should start with the team's top scorer, Damjanovic at left back, and either Popovic or Filipovic at right back. Onjenovic has been very impressive. Should see Milosevic on the other wing and Poplazic on the line, while goalkeeper Tomasevic is on a 38% save rate. There she is, the star, of course, in their win against Denmark when she made 17 saves. And there's Damjanovic, 21 goals so far in the competition, their top scorer. For France, they should start with Pinot in the centre, Iglon and Signate on either side, Dembele and Dansette on the wing, and the impressive Canto-Gitam on the line. Their goalkeepers have been blowing hot and cold. It's likely that the more experienced Darleux will start, but they are going to need something out of them. 35% save rate only for her at the moment. There is Paul Baudouin, their top scorer, with 25 goals so far in the competition, but 18 of them from the 7-metre line. And Darleux, who played a blinder against Sweden, but then went off the boil a little bit as the competition has gone on. So for Sasha Bošković in the picture there, well, he was quoted before the game as saying that all his players have got huge Serbian flags in their rooms, and right now his main job is to calm them down. He says they've got more adrenaline in their blood than they should have, and they've got to make sure that they channel it accordingly. For Olivier Krummholtz, well, he's suffered through these championships with France, really not playing on top form other than in their match against Sweden. So here we go, and a cheer from the crowd as Serbia today in the white shirts and the red shorts show off, playing from left to right. France in the all-blue strip open up with a 5-0 defence, it would seem, but suddenly push up with two at the front. Tervel and Pinot move up. Nearly stealing the ball early on. These two teams have never met, at least not under the Serbian flag. Early save for Darleux. It's comfortable. Pinot looks to take it straight up the middle. Iglon. First shot, but there's a bit of a push, and we got a yellow card early on.
Yellow card, Team Serbia, number 7, Andrea Lekic.
Lekic, who is undoubtedly the star. Plays for Giurietto in Hungary. 62 caps, 324 goals for the Serbian captain. So France on the attack, who won against Macedonia impressively in their opening match in the preliminary stages, then slumped to 1-goal defeat against Denmark, picked up with a great game against Sweden, but in the main round, a catastrophic encounter with the defending champions Norway. 1930 they went down, and then a win against the Czech Republic, 24-22, but frankly rather lackluster. Well, France get first blood, and it's Mariama Signate. 12 goals so far in the competition, but only a 41% success rate for her. Well, Serbia started their campaign in the preliminary stages with a narrow... Well, it's a penalty. Poplazic wins it. And a yellow card for Iglon for France, the number 5. There she is at the back, holding on to Poplazic. We'll come back to the results in a second as we wait for the penalty to be taken by Andrea Lekic. She scored 6 from 7 so far in the competition. Oh, Darleux got a touch on it. And disappointment for Lekic. Did the right thing. Darleux came forwards, but she just managed to tip the ball. So Serbia, who lost narrowly, 26-28 to Norway, then beat the Ukraine and the Czech Republic in the preliminary stages to come through. And then in the main round, they had a draw against Sweden in a real seesaw game, and then that great win 2 days ago against Denmark, 29-26, in a cauldron of an atmosphere here, to put them in charge of their own destiny, because now a win or a draw will see Serbia go through. For France and Denmark, the only other two teams who could make the semi-finals, with already qualified Norway, their fates are out of their hands, and they get the first goal of the game. Liščević. 1-1. Liščević, who plays for the French champions Metz. Two of her teammates, in fact 3 of them, Baudouin, Canto-Gitam and Piegeot opposite her today. Great save, Tomasevic.
Idemo još jednom jako. Katarina.
They come back quickly, trying to go through. Couldn't quite get there. That's got to be a yellow card. Piégeot. Is it Danset, in fact, the winger? 24-year-old from Nîmes. So 3 minutes and 40 seconds played. Already we've had 3 yellow cards out, but we knew that this game was always going to be absolutely fired up. Both teams are raring to go. France, for their part, need to win here today and then hope that Norway at least tie the game against Denmark or win it. Ball stolen, unfairly, say the referees. The foul on Katarina Krupej. Oh, it's going to be intercepted. Managed to keep it in. Saved by Darleux. Not a great shot by Krupej. 2 saves for the French keeper. Signate, the gap just opened up. No one was there. France have definitely not been at their best so far here. Their match against Sweden was probably as good as it got. That was a good controlled game, but the opening win against Macedonia, but you might say, well, you would have expected that against them. One of the pre-tournament favourites, France. Penalty. And once more, the problems in defence for France come in between Danset and Aiglon. That last gap, which is being exploited time and again.
7 meters over for Serbia.
Lekic goes through, wins the penalty. Ognjenovic to take it. Well, it wasn't a hard shot. It was just awkward, misread by the keeper.
Equalizer for Serbia, scored by number 21, Svetlana Ognjenovic.
Ognjenovic, he scored 5 from 6. France, slightly better shot efficiency at the moment. Aiglon, Signate. Trying to find it. It's stolen. The ball's out. Not a great pass, unfortunately, and they've made a few mistakes. Early on, the tension is there, and as the coach said before, Boskovic for Serbia said they've got adrenaline absolutely pumping through their blood at the moment, and the main thing is to try and get them to control it. Mind you, that said, France can be their own worst enemy as well under pressure in these big matches. Dembele's come all the way around from the wing. Aiglon. Signate is being individually marked by Popovic, and they're giving the ball away now. Long pass, and again they spoil the fast break opportunity. Ognjenovic is down. She's got back up again after that collision with Aiglon. But Serbia trying to go the fast route instead of just taking the ball up and building up. Signate, and she's found it again. 3 shots from her. 27-year-old who plays for ICI Paris. Dispossessed unfairly, say the referees from Belarus. And Katarina Krupej, who plays for Krim Ljubljana in Slovenia, gets herself up off the floor. So Popovic restored to the right-back position to start for Serbia. Yesterday, or 2 days ago against Denmark, they experimented a bit, bringing in Filipovic, and it was rather successful. But she is a right-handed left-back normally. Popovic is the more natural right-back. All the way through. Oh, it's gone wide. How unlucky for Lekic. And early on here, they're wasting their chances, Serbia. 2 goals from 6 attempts so far. France has scored 3 from 5. Coming up to 8 minutes played. Signate. Saved this time by Tomašević.
Another save for Katarina Tomašević.
France, who were runners-up at the World Championships in Brazil last year, losing to Norway in the final. A final they had to play without Former World Player of the Year, Alison Pinault, the number 7 here. He ruptured her cruciate ligaments in the semi-final win over Denmark, and also Signate, who scored the goals for France so far. She'd managed to crack her eye socket in a training accident, colliding with Aiglon, and she was out as well. Good defense by Aiglon at the 6-meter line. Liscevic managing to break through. Oh, beautifully done. Balanced herself in the air, Ognjenovic.
Another goal for number 21, Team Serbia, Svetlana.
Second goal for her, first from open play. Signate takes another shot, it's a poor one. It's straight down the centre and a comfortable save for Tomašević. Serbia on the break, they've got to keep the possession going. Penalty. Lekic fouled by 2 French defenders inside the area. And in a matter of 30 seconds, France, who were leading by 1, have conceded a penalty that could see them go down by 1. Lekic drives around and brought down by Signate. Dembele trying to pitch in to help. And it's a 2-minute suspension while we watch the replay at the far end of that save by Tomašević. Signate has been sent off for France. Here it is again. Ognjenovic goes the other side, top corner. And Ognjenovic puts Serbia in the lead. Beautifully placed. Second penalty of the game for her, 3rd goal in total. Ognjenovic, who plays for Metz. Free throw, and it looks like France have put the captain back in again while the pressure's building here. And they're short-handed. Tervel is in the frame. Pinault has shifted left to cover for Signate, who's off. Tervel, who's a cool, calm head, a very experienced head. Pinault takes the shot. It's saved by Tomašević. Makes a 5th save from 8 shots. 63% success rate now. Darleux at the other end is only on a 20% save rate. Harsh, I'd say. I think she's got a couple of saves already. So power play for Serbia. Oh, clever play. Oh, dribble the ball in. Liscevic. To the delight of the Fadzer. She also plays for Metz. Ironically, maybe they know her a little too well. And 3 goals without reply. France, just still short-handed for another 20 seconds or so. Trying to find Tervel on the line, she can't. 11 minutes played. Serbia from 1 goal down and now 2 up. France haven't scored for nearly 5 minutes. Aiglon looking for the line and saved again by Tomašević. It goes out to the side. France, in the meantime, are back to full strength again as we see the shot. Holding on Pinault. Good defense by Serbia.
Team France is playing at the full strength again. Francuska completa.
Now France, who built up very well for this tournament. They won the Möbelringer Cup 2 weeks before it all got underway. Wins against Sweden, Denmark and Norway. And then a couple of days before it all started, they played Spain in a friendly in Cannes. They won that 30-27. And another save by Tomašević, a rather weak shot from the back. Tomašević understandably milking the applause with a 7th save from 10 shots. Well, the question is, with France's good results running up to Serbia, did they peak too early? Popovic knocked down. Darleux looks for the long pass, decides not to in the end. Now it's gone fast to Mendy, who's in at left back in place of Mariama Signate. Pinault, no one to pass to, almost gets a little bit stuck. Aiglon is available and they settle down. So into the wing for France comes Baudouin on the left-hand side, replacing Dembele. Mendy goes wide. 13 minutes played. Krumholtz, described by the Danish coach Jan Putlik as one of the best tacticians in the business. But there's only so much you can do. You can't go on court and score the goals for them. France at the moment scoring only with 27% of their shots, 3 from 11, having started really strong. They're being wasteful. Little shove there by Pinot. As Krupej was coming around. Deflected out of play by Baudouin. It's a throw-in, but Serbia keep possession. Liščević forced out as the French defence have 2 at the front of the defence. Ognjenovic, beautifully played, and Jelena Popovic, another one of the French-based Serbs who plays for Besançon, but clever play by the winger. She could have tried from a narrow angle, but instead put it back out, and 4 goals without reply. And the goalkeeper not having the best of days again, I'm afraid. Darleux, 1 save from 7. Team timeout for France. Not a huge surprise. Eight minutes played since Signate scored her 3rd goal for France when it was all looking so bright. But in those 8 minutes, Serbia have scored 4 times to take the initiative. Very specific as ever, Krumholtz in his team timeouts. Meanwhile, for Sasha Bošković, the Serbian trainer, well, it's going fine, but it's early days. Serbia have a bit of a track record of having spells that swing one way then the other. They showed that against Sweden. They're 5 down. They then went 5 up in the second half, then allowed the Swedes to come back to 2 up. All of that in about 12 minutes at the end. In fact, that comeback by the Swedes before Serbia stabilised and scored 2 late goals to share the points. Crowd here have certainly had their fair share of drama from the host nation. Pinot. Lacrabert has come in for France now. Number 64 on the far side. Top scorer in the French league last year, but she's since moved to Zvezda Zvenigorod in Russia. She's gone to the left-back position. Mendy off the corner post, unlucky for her. And Lekic picks up the loose ball. Bit of a tap on the arm there for Sanja Damjanovic, who gets her first shot away. So into the attack once more comes Popovic, not being used at the moment, at least in defence. Oh, not looking Liščević, and she gave possession away. Lacrabert. Darleux comes out to help keep the momentum. Pinot, nicely done, and they needed that. Pinot's first goal of the game. Look at the pass, though, by Lacrabert. And Pinot, who plays for the Romanian champions, Olkin Vulca, balanced herself, puts the ball away and brings to the end a barren run of 9 minutes without goal. We're past the midway point in the first half. Still, Serbia lead by 2. They need just a point here today against France to book a place in the semi-final in what would undoubtedly be a surprise given their ranking. Euro 2012 should have been hosted by the Netherlands, but they had to pull out some 9 months ago for financial reasons, and Serbia, who hosted the men's competition last year, volunteered to do this one. We're given the chance to run a carbon copy. Attacking foul. But by then, the Serbian team had already qualified by right, ironically, in Group 2. They'd finished second to Romania. Top two teams going through ahead of Portugal and Greece. Net result is that the team that benefited was the team that finished the best third place in any of the Euro 2012 qualifying groups, and that turned out to be Iceland. Got the extra place while the Netherlands went out, obviously, since they were no longer hosting. Tough call on the players. Free throw, Pinot is fouled, and we've got a yellow card. Katarina Krupej. Both teams now on 3 yellow cards. Pinot, but they can't find solutions at the moment. They try and run the ball, they're trying to force it into the line, but that's where Serbia are holding really tight. No way through, they'll come back again. Passive play being warned against France. They've got to get a shot away. That came off a defender. It'll be a throw-in from the corner for France. Lacrabert didn't get a huge amount of power, but it came off Damjanovic anyway. Still passive play. Well, it was too far ahead for Lacrabert for that Kempe. All she could do was try and lunge and punch the ball rather than catch and throw. Well, for now, Damjanovic, for all her scoring ability, is only being used in defence. Interesting choices, but Boskovic has surprised us when he put right-handed Filipovic, very tall player who hadn't had a great run in the Euro 2012 in at right back. Well, speak of her, here she is at right back. It proved to be inspired. Scored 3 goals straight from the off against Denmark. So he tries that experiment again as France defend at 5-1, although they're still pushing up on Lekic on the far side with Lacrabert. Off the post, stays out, the ball's loose. Darleux gets there first. Canto Gitam, Lacrabert, there's a bit of space now, France are quick. Oh, what a save! Canto Gitam, point blank, and Tomašević gets to it. Canto Gitam, who's been one of the more impressive line players in the competition, but Tomašević makes her 8th save, a 67% save rate. Well, France may have been up for it, but they need more diligence in attack. Their shooting is letting them down at the moment. They've only had 15 shots and scored less from them. Well, the defence is there. Baudouin pushed out, and absolutely no one went up and picked up Sanja Rajovic, who plays for the Serb champion Zajeca. Baudouin moved up. Rajovic, who scored 9 from 10. Very economical player. 20 minutes played in the first half. Serbia leading France 7-4. Out of play, the ball not particularly good from Lacrabert, passed behind Signate. Once more off goes Canto Gitam, not being used in defence. Instead the captain Tervel comes in. Slow build up by Serbia, no need to rush as Pinot tries to rush them though. She pushes up. Filipovic handing the ball out behind. If Rajovic wanted to take it, she didn't. Filipovic goes in on the line now. Dispossessed. Baudouin, long pass down the court. It won't be there though. Too far ahead for Tervel, and back comes Serbia. And if they're quick, they got an extra player. Tervel isn't there. And unnecessarily a rush shot by Filipovic. She had to take her time. Comfortable pick up there for Darleux. Still not making that many saves though for France. Showing 2 from 9 so far. Conversely, Tomashevic at the back of the defence then. Green makes yet another save. Her 9th of the game. France still on the attack though. Signate. And another save by Tomashevic. She's following up her incredible performance against Denmark with another one here. 71% save rate for Tomashevic, who plays for the German champions Thüringen. That's a goal. It would have been a penalty anyway. Rajovic scores her second back-to-back. Darleux got a hand to it, but somehow it dribbled away and the spin took it back past the keeper. Well, a year ago, Serbia played above themselves to get to the final of the men's European Championships, where they lost to Denmark. It was a fantastic performance. The Serbian women, well, I think there would be an even bigger shock to find them here. 6 turnovers apiece. It's worth mentioning that Serbia have only played in 2 European Championships before, 2008 and 2010, and lost all their matches in those competitions. So they've already transformed themselves here. 3 wins, a draw, and just 1 defeat against the defending champions Norway by a couple of goals. And they could be in the semi-final. Just goes to show that home support does count for a lot. Passive play being warned by the Belarus referees, and Bošković reacts by buying his team a little bit more time with a team timeout. Well, France going through long spells without scoring. 9 minutes earlier, Pinot finally broke that one. But they now haven't scored once more for 7 minutes. So Bošković having a word with his players. Interestingly, meanwhile, on the other team timeout, Krumholtz had a few words to say and then walked off and left them. Well, he wants to flatten the defence again to try and cope with these driving plays into the line, but that might just get a little bit of space for Lekic. Shot by Ognjenovic, goes straight into Pinot. No, Darleux rather. Oh, and wide again, and the French shooting woes continue. Baudouin this time. And from a big angle as well, Baudouin, who's been so reliable. 78% success rate. Mind you, a lot of that's from the penalty line. And France have managed 4 goals from 18 shots, a 22% success rate. It's appalling. Serbia have changed on the wing. Jelena Nisavic has gone in place of Ognjenovic. Good to see that Bošković not afraid to turn his bench. The move being called by Lekic. Just got a little bit of a problem with the court. Got a little bit of an edge coming up on it. They just need to make sure it's stuck back down again. Well, the crowd are loving it here. Coming up to 24 minutes played in this crucial semi-final decider, and the home nation are leading 8-4 against the World Championship silver medalist France. Ball stolen unfairly, say the referees. Serbia have a free throw. Well, I think Serbia just need to be mindful not to count their chickens too early, though. There's time. Oh, brilliant play. It goes straight over the top. Krupej given a lot of space for that shot with a clever spin. Lacrabert, Signate looks for the line. Oh, If she'd just let it go through, the defender tried to parry the ball, instead sent it back out to Signate. Lacrabert, Signate again. Intercepted, oh, they're away. Exactly what the coach didn't want them to do. Popovic, and she scored. And France haven't scored for 10 minutes. Second goal for Popovic. He didn't want those long passes across the court, and they did it again. Tried to cut out the back player, and Popovic ran through and stole it. And meanwhile, at the other end, Katarina Tomašević makes yet another save. 10 saves from 14 shots, a 71% success rate. It's truly phenomenal. France, though, are not helping the situation, though. Some of their framing is poor. Feed in, cuts back towards the inside. Popovic has to go out again. Krupej loses the ball in the end. She had few options. Iglon. And Tomašević this time commits herself, lifts the leg. And as she does, Iglon drops it down next to the standing leg. Well, that has been another 10-minute spell without any goals for France, who've only managed 5 goals in 26 minutes against Serbia. Well, the defence is their stock in trade, Serbia. They build on the back of it. Mind you, so it is for France. But it's the host nation who've got it right here today. Ivana Milosevic has gone in on the right wing in place of Krupej now. Both wingers changed. Little handoff. Oof. And some holding going on Pino. She's got the ball. Incredible atmosphere. It's deafening here as Kantogitan goes back in on the line. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Serbian control in a very low-scoring game. Both defences are working hard, but the French shooting is what's letting them down when they are getting into position. France have had less shots, but still... in fact, they've had more now. It's 19, I do beg your pardon. Lacrabert, they're shot shy. Kantogitan off the post, nothing given. Baudouin's got the loose ball, and another save, but Tomašević, she's untreatable. Absolutely disgusting, the French attack. ...11 saves from 16. Well, the coach can't take the shots for his team. The players have to take responsibility for their poor track record with that. Lekic has gone in already. The keeper dropped her hands. Classic old mistake, and Milosevic scores over the top. Well inside the last 2 minutes now. And France forced into using their second team timeout. One in each half and a floater. He's had to use his floater, Krumholtz. Well, Tomašević is making quite a difference here with 11 saves from 16 shots. Afraid at the other end, Darleux, the French keeper, 2 saves from 12. That last goal, I think, is symptomatic of the problem. France have been lackluster here in Serbia, and some might say, well, in some ways, Serbia have shown more hunger throughout Euro 2012 and maybe deserve it more. Sasha Bošković can afford to look calm. All going well. The adrenaline has worked its way through the system. And although they made a few mistakes, it has been very low scoring. It's actually 8 turnovers apiece. But they haven't got too much long-range shooting at the moment, the Serbs. Most of their goals are driven through. 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining. France on the attack. Dembele's gone back in again. Mendy at left back in place of Signate. She gets fouled. It's a free throw for France. The drumming in the arena. Blocked. Still in play. Fumbled unluckily by Nisavic when she should have had control. Mendy. Aiglon goes wide, takes a shot. Penalty, defending inside the area. Boskovic looks up to the scoreboard and it'll tell him we've got a minute left. And there's the foul again, and well inside on the defending Rajovic. And so for France, Baudouin comes back in again. And scores. Even the indomitable Tomašević can't do anything about that. 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Goyorani in the middle there, still pumped up. Krumholtz, I have to say, looking anxious. One long attack needed now by Serbia with a late shot, not to allow the French back in again. The French try and force the matter by moving two defenders up. Lekic is completely blocked in on the right-hand side. 8 seconds. They've got to take it quick. At least have one last shot. Parried away. The ball's loose, and there goes the buzzer. And so at half-time, Serbia are leading France 10-6 in this crucial game for a place in the semi-final. But Tomašević, with 11 saves, a 65% success rate, there she is in the picture, has been phenomenal. France, their own worst enemy with their shooting. They've had 23 shots in the first half, but only scored 6. They trail 10-6 against a Serbian team who are on a 56% success rate with their shooting. And I think the coach for France, Krumholtz, has to read the right attack. Look at those dreadful statistics on the attack for France. 22% successful, 23 on their shooting. Well, the attacks, 38% are successful for Serbia, but 53% of their shots are going in. 8 turnovers apiece, it's about the same. But France, 9 minutes first and then 10 minutes without a single goal. But 6 goals in 30 minutes. The World Championship silver medalists are really struggling, as they have for much of Euro 2012. So Signate and Ognjenovic top scoring for their respective sides with 3 goals, while Rajovic, Liščević and Popovic have 2 apiece in what has been a very low-scoring first half. Serbia then, it's all in, breaking through. They're literally cracking open the French defence. There's no long-range shooting going on. 1 fast break, 2 penalties and 1 wing shot each. For France, well, that's just a horror story to read. I don't even look at it. 3 fast breaks and a couple of shots down the middle, that's it, and Baudouin's penalty. Well, we'll take a short break. Are Serbia there? We'll find out in the second half. Join us then. We'll see you shortly. Welcome back to the Combank Arena, and what an atmosphere here in Belgrade in this match between Serbia and France. And at half-time, the host nation lead 10-6. It's not that much in it, but it's more the fact that France are floundering in attack. They have scored just 6 goals, but from 23 shots. The Serbs have actually had less shots, 18 shots, but scored 10 of them. And the problem for France is Tomašević in goal. A 65% save rate, 11 saves in the first half alone. That would be a good stat for the match. Well, there is the man who last year took Serbia to men's silver, Veselin Vukovic, in the crowd to see if Sasha Bošković can do the same with the women's team. So here we go then with France. 4 goals down. They've got to sort out their shooting first and foremost. When you get the chance, it's got to count. Nearly blocked. Tomašević got a hand to it, but couldn't keep it out. Too much power behind it. Signate. 4th goal of the game for her from 6 attempts. Probably the only player who can hold her head up as far as her shooting statistics are concerned. Aiglon pushes out to try and get Lekic as far back as they can. Lekic releases the wing, comes back. Oh, brilliant play, still loose, and they got the rebound. Aiglon tried to cover it, she got there too late. Sanja Rajović was already there, the 31-year-old. Rajović gets her 3rd of the game. Rajović plays for Zajeca. 39 caps, 58 goals. Darleux, I'm afraid, not having the best of times, and there's the reason for the hold-up. Jelena Popovic, who went in for the first shot, I think has fallen awkwardly onto her hip. Now Popovic goes back a little gingerly, it has to be said. But Pinot and her teammates really need to find another gear here. Nyabouyou is into the attack, number 14 at right back for France. Plays for Toulon. Ball stolen unfairly, say the referees. Crowd catcalling the French to try and put them off. Yes, that's your home advantage at play there as Dansette goes back into the wing. They won't give the goal. Dembele steps in the area before she takes the shot, but she's fouled. And it'll be a penalty. And they're going to change goalkeeper, Serbia. Tomašević goes off, and Jovana Rizovic will come in. There's the throw again, but the earlier foul. Was she inside? Well, probably landed just in front. Well, in fact, they brought in Kacarevic. And barely moves as Baudouin puts the ball away. Baudouin's second penalty. Tom Holtz happy enough with that. They're within 3, 2 minutes played. We've had 3 goals. Free throw. Going wide, nothing, say the referees. Ball's gone off, and by the time Darleux, I keep on saying Darleux, I do beg your pardon, but goes out to get the ball. They've had to stop the whistle. They restart the clock again now. Feels like they've been playing a lot longer than the just over 2.5 minutes here. France definitely upping the tempo here. Well, it wasn't an absence of tempo in the first half. They managed to get 23 shots away on their attacks. It was a question of conversion. Signate. Canto Gitam fumbles it, but under pressure. Passive play, though, is being warned against France, who need to take a shot soon. Popovic, the one who held tight. Signate fumbles the ball initially. Be another free throw, and surely now it's got to be a straight shot. Jelena Eric, the defense specialist, went straight up and blocked her. Nyabuyu. Another free throw, and it's Eric again. She's constantly going out the number 15 for Serbia, spoiling the French attacks. Save, Tomašević, I think, just got a touch on it. Free throw again for Serbia. Slow build-up. This time Damjanovic is in the attack, and another bit of a gamble by Bošković. He used her predominantly in defence, the number 11, the top scorer in the first half. Ivana Milosevic goes down. She's got another free throw. The right winger, Pino, in the heart of it all once more. She's in the centre with Aiglon. They tried a 4-2 for a while. It just didn't work for France. Gone 6-0 instead, looking for the line and went straight through. Pino and unlucky. Tervel under a lot of pressure. She was pretty well inside the area when the ball reached her, spun around and shot with a nanosecond to make a decision. Look at that, did well to get the shot away. Still only 3 goals in it. Coming up to 5 minutes played in the first half. Oh, and they've given possession away again. Tervel needs to go diagonal. Dembele. And France score again, and suddenly it's beginning to work for France. The rhythm's back. Lacabert on her feet. Puts it underneath the outstretched foot of Tomašević.
Support your team. I'm Arena. Pomozite svom timu.
So Lekic in the centre. Damjanovic at left back. Popovic, it's the what you would expect to be their starting lineup, although they've switched around at the back. Popovic tries to release. And other than the one effort by Rajovic in the last 6 minutes or so, Serbia haven't scored. France are holding in defence now. Popovic. Damjanovic has got in a bit too close. She fumbles the ball and it's gone away, and Dembele, poor pass to her, but somehow manages to stay controlled. The first one's off the post, but the follow-up to Tervel has scored. Is a team timeout coming, I wonder? France back to within 1.
Score by number 20, Rafael Teruel.
And either side of the half-time break, it's actually been a 5-1 exchange for France. Are the world silver medalists awake now all of a sudden? That came off a French foot. Play on, say the referees. Liščević is being put into the attack now in place of Damjanovic. Well over the top, but a push by Signate gives another free throw. Popovic going down. Signate suggests that maybe Popovic threw herself a bit. Let's have a look and see. Well, sometimes he wouldn't have got anything for that. Trying to release the winger. Good solid defence by France. Whatever Krumholtz said at half-time, it's done the trick. France are galvanised. And I'm afraid the slightly panicky shooting we saw earlier on when they were 5 goals down has made way to a more determined defence. And we've got another injury. Popovic, who plays a club handball in France at Besançon, crashes into Aiglon and Signate and is looking in some distress, it has to be said. There's Tomašević, meanwhile, who has dropped a little bit in the second half. Still 12 saves from 21 shots for the Serbian keeper, while Darlu has managed 4 from 15. There's the incident again, and just an unfortunate crash, and Popovic is going off. So Liščević may well be put into the frame now in attack again. Lekic, 25-year-old captain, will go to the left back. Liščević in the centre. Damjanovic into the attack, and with passive play being warned to take a rather weak long-range shot, which doesn't even trouble Darlu, and back come France again. Now to level it, maybe. They've done it. Pinot, 4 goals without reply. Well, talk about Phoenix rising out of the ashes of the first half. An abysmal shooting performance by France, but the Serbs still only able to get that 5-goal lead, and it's proving not to have been enough. Poplazic goes back in on the line for them. They haven't scored for 7 minutes now, Serbia, while France have racked in 4. Taken quickly. Good defense again by Dembele to spoil the opportunity at a quick shot for Lekic. Damjanovic, Liščević. Oh! Well, Lekic, an amazing pass into the wing, and we've got a 2-minute suspension for Dembele for the earlier foul. Darlu trying to move the ball up the court.
Number 17, Siraba Dembele.
And off goes the French winger. Second 2-minute suspension of the game for France. Look on the far side, there it is, the push in the back. He got another injury, and I think maybe a collision. And it looks suspiciously like Andrea Lekic, 55-year-old. Is it? No, it's Liščević. 23-year-old who plays for the French champions Metz, together with Ognjenovic, we just saw there. 3 of their teammates, Kantojitam, Boudouin and Piejos in the team against them. So 8 minutes and 50 seconds of the second half. France are right back in it, and Serbia with their backs to the wall. A 5-1 exchange in the second half. They've allowed France to get back in. Kantojitam. And I'm afraid that the pattern we've seen before, with a team having a great run in one half, followed by the other team turning the tables on them, repeating itself here as a team timeout is called by Bošković. And France are looking preeminent in the second half, a complete reversal of fortunes. Their scoring rate of 26%, France in the first half, is up to 38%. For Serbia, I'm afraid, 1 goal only in the second half. But also, France have restricted them importantly to just 3 shots at goal in that time. Krumholtz, who I saw at half-time, gave them what's what when France lost that catastrophic match against Norway. He took them straight to the change room. He said, don't stop and talk to the press. I need 5 minutes with you first. And he read them the riot act. And finally, they needed that, Serbia. Damjanovic, who plays for Podravka in Croatia, lets rip with a shot right up in the corner. 8 minutes without scoring. Finally, they're up and running again. It's all square. Aiglon. France still short-handed for just under a minute. Aiglon nearly through. Defence holds at the back. They'll come out again. Oh, poor pass into the wing. It checked Baudouin. Pinot, Aiglon, passive plays being warned against them. A rather weak effort taken, and it's a comfortable save for Tomašević. Well, supporters come in all ages. An easier save there for Tomašević. And still 20 seconds on the power play as we go past the 10-minute mark in the second half, with the scores tied at 12-all. Push on Lekic. Plays for Giorgetto in Hungary. To the wing. Wing to wing. Oof. Oh, the ball just going off at the wrong moment out of Damjanovic's hands, and today's just not her day.
Team France is playing at the full strength again. Просто французские комплектно отримали.
Pinot, Nyabuyu in at right back. Looking to the line, went straight through. Break isn't on. They've got to be careful with this now. The French have got back very quickly. Lekic. Damjanovic, who's much too close to the attack to do anything. She's got to hold back a little bit further. So Serbia put in Marina Dimitrovic, 27-year-old at right back. Plays for Vardar Skopje in Macedonia. Free throw. Poplazic fouled as she was trying to get on the end of the Lekic pass. Taken quickly. And Lekic was screaming for the ball. It couldn't get to her quick enough. Her first goal of the game. The French reacted too slow. And they are pumped up on the bench. 12 minutes played. Serbia back in front again with 2 goals back to back. Lacabert has gone back into the attack for France at full strength. And although they're playing 6-0, they are pushing deep in defence, the Serbians. Pinot, oh, what a shot. Number 2.
Another equalizer for France, scored by number 7.
Pinot, who's been out for much of the past year with a ruptured cruciate ligament from the semi-final last year of the World Championships in Brazil. Plays for Olkim Vulca in Romania, showing why she's so much in demand. World Player of the Year in 2009. Lekic. Damjanovic tries to go through. And it's another free throw. Damjanovic, I think, is just coming in too early. She's losing pace. Oh, it's stolen. Pinot, oh, off the bar, but Tervel follows up, and a lucky break for France again. A second time Tervel has been in the right place at the right time. And so 2 goals from France, and they're back in front again. And the captain fighting for all she's worth. Tervel, who ironically is a teammate of Lekic's at Giorgetto. The 2 team captains. Oh, beautifully done. Lovely feed to the line. Tervel, though, was down on the ground. And it allowed Rajovic all the space in the world. You can see the captain's down. She's taken a blow. Rajovic's 4th goal. 4 from 4, enviably, and it's all square again. Remember, Serbia just need a draw here today to go through to the semi-final. If they lose, their semi-final hopes are over. And then it will all depend on the match between Denmark and Norway. If Denmark win, then they would be through to the semi-final. If they didn't win, a draw or a win for Norway would see France in the semi-final. Blocked off a foot. Kanto Gitam wants to take it quickly. Could see Baudouin on the wing, but It would have been a rash shot to try and take it then. Pinot. Lacrabert plays for Zvezda Zvenigorod in Russia. Let's rip with a hard shot. It goes out to the side. It's a throw-in for Serbia, who keep possession. And a chance of Serbia start to ring across the arena. And Filipovic has come back in again. It won't count. The whistle had gone already. Filipovic, the tall 1.89 m left back, but actually being used as a right back by Boskovic. Plays for Üsküdar in Turkey. She's in on the line now. Nothing, say the referees. Darleux with a long pass to Baudouin. And France score again, and the edge again in front. Baudouin plays for the French champions Metz. Teammates facing each other here, and we're past the midway point. 5 fast breaks for France. They are racking up here in the second half with the fast breaks. And unfortunately, when the Serbs are making mistakes, they are paying the price. Damjanovic, Filipovic, that's more like it. That's the kind of form she had before. She'd struggled earlier on in the competition, Filipovic, ironically playing in the left back. She's pumped up now, though. Playing out right back was an inspired choice by the Serbian coach. Pinot, it's all square. Mendy gets a free throw. And again, Lacrabert. Hasn't been given a lot of space, Lacrabert, but this time they did. She runs in, and the line player, Kanto Gitam, is holding back 2 defenders. Penalty, is it? No, it's only a free throw. Hadn't quite controlled the ball, that's why, Rajovic. Liščević, Filipovic, whose nerves will hold 13 minutes, in fact less, remaining in this game. Serbia desperate for at least a draw here. They needed a big game out of Lekic, so it hasn't quite come, unfortunately. Blocked in defence. Lekic, who's only played 29 minutes of the game so far. Damjanovic. Passive plays being warned against Serbia now. They need to get a shot away soon. Damjanovic is teeing up, but will she give it to Filipovic, I wonder? Oh, she scored, and again the goalkeeper slightly floundering on that one. Second goal for Damjanovic. She didn't jump particularly high, and therefore Darleux wouldn't have had a lot of sight of the ball before it left. It's all square again. Pinot tries to turn back inside. Eric, the defender, who's been working heroically at the back for the host nation. Only in defence. Lacrabert again. They got a blocker. Pinot. Lacrabert looks for the low shot, hesitates, goes for the pass wide. Free throw. Intensity is incredible here. Inside the area won't count. Kanto Gitam started from inside the 6-meter area. Serbia come back then. And still no sight of Lekic. So much was expected of her, maybe too much, and maybe the pressure told in the end. She's played 29 minutes, Lekic, out of 49 in the game so far. Tries to turn back inside, Tervel. And Damjanovic goes down after that tussle with Tervel, the French captain. Oh, tried to release the ball, it's gone out of play. France have it back. Pinot cuts back inside the defenders. And a 2-minute suspension for a lunge at Pinot. Barajovic, and that could be telling. First suspension of the game for Serbia. How unlucky for Rajovic. Scorer 4 goals from 4 so far, and Pinot is down. Receiving treatment from the medical team. Pinot, 23 years of age, 121 caps, 286 goals for France. France on paper the more experienced team, silver medalist of the World Championships last year. And indeed silver medalist of the World Championships 2 years before that. So play resumes then, power play for France for the next 2 minutes. Can they capitalize on this? 20 minutes played in the second half. Signate, saved by Tomašević. Well, Signate's shooting actually hasn't been that bad. 4 from 7 now, though. And just when it counted, Tomašević, who wouldn't have had much time to react on that, suddenly appearing between the defence. But they are short-handed. It'll be difficult for Serbia. They've got to find the solutions now. Ognjenovic, Filipovic looks to the line. 2 minutes for France now. Signate, her second of the game. It'll only be a free throw, though, for Serbia. Let's have a look again, the number 24. She reaches in behind. The reason it's not a penalty is that she wasn't fully controlling the ball when she was fouled. But now both teams at parity once more, well inside the last 10 minutes of this game. So much at stake. For Serbia, they will know their fate. If they can win or draw, they'll come back for a free throw. If France win, they still have to wait for the result of Denmark-Norway. Into the wing. Saved by the keeper. Although I'm not sure how much he knew about it, went straight to the face.
Saved by number 16, Cleopatra Darley.
So for Darleux, 4 saves, it's showing from 20. I think that's harsh. I think there's a bit more to it than you think. Pinot Lacrabert has now shifted to the left-hand side. And in a handful of seconds, though, Serbia will be back at full strength. And the referee, wanting a word with Lacrabert, feels that she was play-acting a little bit too much. Sirea Repkin has called her over. She stays on, though. Into the wing. Dansette lobs the keeper. And France retake the initiative. First of the game. And that'll be helpful because very shortly, in fact now, Serbia are in a power play situation. Back in on the line goes Sanja Rajovic. Into the wing. And again, they're wasting their chances on the wing. 2 shots by Milosevic. Is Krupes going to come back on again, I wonder? Well, there were good angle shots as well. She should have done better. Will they prove costly? And now France can run the clock down and get back to full strength. Pinot, Lacrabert, and France are back at full strength again. Signate comes in. Shot is taken. It's saved by Tomašević. 14 saves from 30 now for Tomašević. Well, Denmark will be looking on from the side, and they will be hoping against hope that France can win here today, so that their fate is back in their hands. And of course the question with the next game is, if France win here, Norway are already qualified, guaranteed to finish top. Will they turn the bench, and will that give Denmark a chance? Well, it may not matter, because here Serbia have leveled it. Rajovic again, 5 from 5. Pino, stalwart in the center of the French attack, puts a block on. Lacrabert is blocked. Serbia have got it. They shouldn't rush it now, though. And quite wisely, Rajovic slows the pace down. There was always a danger, they've done it quite a few times in the game, that Serbia would rush it and hand it back. It's kind of what France are good at as well. 17 all. Filipovic goes in on the line. Into the line. Filipovic couldn't get the shot away. She's got a free throw, though. Kantogitam dispossessing her just at the crucial moment. Filipovic comes off the keeper. Came out to the side. Dembele picked it up under some pressure. France want to get the momentum going. Dembele. Krupes, who's just come on, is off.
2-minute suspension.
Can't believe it. Was it really necessary? Just stand your ground, wait for the collision, don't hold.
Idemo kombat karera, nema tišine.
Pino stays cool about it. Second suspension of the game. Attacking foul. Lacrabert ran straight in. And from the ground, Milosevic punches the air. Happy to take one for the team. Krumholtz can only smile. 5 minutes remaining. The tension growing now by the second. Lekic is back on again. It's the money time now. Hold your nerve and you're in the semi-final. Lekic, though, hasn't quite lived up, and she throws the ball out of play behind Filipovic. And France back on the attack again with a power play. Dembele. Pinot. Aiglon, she'll change out. Lacrabert will come back in again. Tervel also goes off. France tried to rush it, though, and they've lost possession. And Filipovic, meanwhile, has rolled over at the back. And that's what she's saying, Damjanovic, stop the clock, please. Filipovic took a blow. And the Turkish-based back player is down. A blow to the stomach. Well, you couldn't have written this, could you? 4 minutes and 6 seconds. If it stays tied, Serbia are in the semi-final. If France win it, Serbia's chances are gone, and it goes down to the last game. There in the middle is Vukovic, coach of the men's team, on the left there with the black scarf and the grey jumper. Filipovic, it looks as if she may well head off. Well, no, she's being sent back again. Well, the tension is palpable. He's chewing his nails, Vukovic. So here we go again, but remember, they're still short-handed for 40 seconds, Serbia. 4 minutes to go. Lekic has moved to the right-back position. Damjanovic comes back again. They've got to hurry up. Passive play will come against them. Lekic. It's all going sideways. Oh, nearly intercepted into the wing. Oh, brilliantly done with the right hand, and that's brought them a little bit of pressure. Ognjenovic, and then France fail on the next one. Well, Ognjenovic, a left winger, went in on the right wing and shot right-hander, leaning right over. And then Elnary, there's the follow-up. Dembele, straight into the keeper. Now, there's a discussion on the bench, and I wonder if that suspension, when it came up, they went back on too early. I hope not. That would be crazy if they ended up going short-handed again. 3 minutes and 16 seconds. A discussion going on with Carmen Manchado. And it's going to be a yellow card for Olivier Krumholtz, so maybe more to do with something that was said there.
Goal for Serbia, scored by number 21, Svetlana.
So Ognjenovic, with her 4th goal of the game, 2 of them from the penalty line, has put Serbia in front again. Serbia now back to full strength, and they only need a draw. Another goal now could really, really ram it home for them. 3 minutes to go. Lekic. Now would be a good time for one of those darting runs. Little shove in the back by Dembele, gives a free throw. Serbia keep possession. Krupej. Too many steps by Lekic, and she's just having a miserable match here today. France come back again. Pinot looks for support. Into the defence goes Eric, who's been absolutely superb for them in the defence. And a team timeout called by Krumholtz, who's getting absolutely worked up on the bench. Well, absolutely incredible scenes here. The crowd are on their feet. They're up, they're down, they're like yo-yos. 2 minutes and 27 seconds remain, but France on the attack. Serbia with a 1-goal lead. France must win. There is no other way for them to stay in contention for the semi-final. So Sasha Boskovic stays nice and calm with them. If they don't make it through here today, they can't even finish in 3rd place and go for the 5th place playoff. They are out. This would be their last game if they didn't win or draw here, Serbia. Liscevic has gone on accidentally as we're watching this recording of the team timeout for Boskovic. Tomašević attentive at the back. Only made 4 saves in the second half, Tomašević, but they have come late and they've proved to be fairly crucial. Dembele, Lacrabert being pushed wide, looks for the line. Kantogitam, penalty. Tomašević saves, but Kantogitam fouled in the act of shooting. 2 minutes to go. The clock has finally been stopped as we see the save again. Tomašević must now face Baudouin. It's not in, say the referees. I thought it was. It looked a long way back, and a let-off maybe for Serbia. Well, Tomašević takes the plaudits. Not necessarily save, she didn't touch it, it clipped the crossbar. Well, the Serbian fans are on their feet. Liscevic, if they score now, that could be it. Tomašević looks for the line again. Tries to find it through, free throw. Team timeout, Boskovic. 1 minute and 20 seconds for Serbia to create a bit of history here in Belgrade. Well, the French commentators to my right are up in arms. They felt that ball had crossed the line, and I have to say, We're not in line with the goal from the commentary position, but it did look over to all intents and purposes. But that doesn't matter now. Can't change it. France have to work to what's there. They've taken a very quick time out, France. Krumholz tries to stay calm, although he's been jumping up and down excitedly on the bench. Managed to get himself yellow carded already once. So, play about to resume. 1 minute and 20 seconds. Serbia really going for the goal here now. They would need France needing 3. Surely pushed off the ball, not given. Iglon saved again. Tomašević, outstanding in the first half. Second half she went off the boil, but right at the end here when it counts, she's suddenly pulling them out of the bag again. And we're into the last minute. And Serbia have a goal cushion. Iglon, you could have put your mortgage on her scoring that one on a fast break. Well, the scenes of celebrations will be unbelievable. France steal it again. Tervel. Oh, and again, Tomašević. She's done it. She must have done it. 2 fast breaks inside the last minute. She shot too quick. France are all over the court now. Look at the bench. Can't believe it. Nyabuyu collapses. Individual marking now by France to try and steal the ball back. It's nearly there. 4 seconds for the celebrations to start. France are out. Well, what drama here. It wasn't Lekic in the end who stood out for Serbia. It's Tomašević. Rajović has also played a part on the line. And that was deliberate. No intent on shooting. Ognjenović launches the ball into the crowd. The clock has run out and Serbia are in the semi-final. Can you believe it? They had never won a match in the European Championship before. Here they have won 3 matches coming into this game here. Here they needed just a draw, but in the end they have done it. 18-17 against France, and the tears are beginning for Les Bleus. Tomašević, she's in raptures. 17 saves, the goalkeeper. More to the point though, 2 fast break saves right in the last minute. Signate, top scorer for France, but it all means absolutely nothing in the end. Tomašević in tears, her teammates queuing up to thank her. For France, well, the recriminations, but it's too late for that. They seemed to take control early on. 8 minutes when they scored 5 goals to go back in front by a goal. And you thought, is that it? Are France going to run with it now? But no, Serbia absolutely stuck with them. It became a nail-biter, goal for goal, all the way through. Until at the end, Rajović leveled it, and then Ognjenović gave them the lead, and France couldn't get back in the closing stages. The crowd are on their feet. France's Euro 2012 is over. And the home fans will be able to celebrate. Well, it's a great... Well, you have to credit Serbia had to really dig deep and defend so hard. France threw everything at them after a miserable first half. When France scored just 6 from 23, they corrected that a bit in the second half. In the end, they've ended up with figures of 17 from 47, lots of shots, goalkeepers much in evidence. But it's Serbia who've walked out with the win, 18-17 against France. And I can tell you in the background that Tomašević, no surprise, has won the MVP. Well, low success rates on the attack for both sides, 33-35%. But Serbia scored with 53% of their shots, France only 34. Serbia, despite 20 turnovers, couldn't capitalise. France got 12. But 3 suspensions for France, 2 for Serbia. Look at the long gap early on there when Serbia dried up, and in the end, it's France who couldn't score at the end for 7 minutes as Serbia got a stranglehold and booked their semi-final place. Signate top scores for France with 4, but Rajovic with 5 from 5 is the best of the Serbians, but still Tomašević with 17 saves has to stand out. Serbia straight down the middle, 1 fast break, 2 penalty throws. Not so much on the wings, it really was battering the front door down. For France, a smattering all round, but look at the long-range shots at the back, 2 from 14. Fast breaks, 5 from 13. 2 of them crucially missed in the last minute as Tomašević saved. And that means that Norway, as we knew, at top, but Serbia joined them in second place, cannot be caught, and they're in the semi-final. France dropped back down to 5th. It's been incredible here. It's Denmark-Norway next, but Denmark are out. Well, we'll let you watch the scenes of celebrations here. Thanks for watching, and until next time, from me, Paul Bray, goodbye.